Is all this endless scrolling, sharing, and streaming actually making us dumber? It's a question that's probably popped into your head, maybe while you were in the middle of a 2-hour TikTok binge. Today, we're jumping straight into the heart of that debate with two very different, very confrontational answers.
Okay, so the first argument comes out swinging. The idea here is that all this easy-to-digest content isn't, building up our brains. It's doing the exact opposite. It's essentially training us to always look for the easiest possible path, the mental shortcut.
But of course, the pushback is immediate and just as sharp. This perspective puts all the power and maybe all the blame right back on us. The platform is just a tool, right? It's up to you whether you use it for mindless fluff or for something that actually makes you think.
And here's the rebuttal that really sets the stage for this whole thing. Is it really a choice when these apps have been meticulously designed by some of the smartest people in the world, specifically to grab and hold your attention? This is the core conflict we're going to dig into. So the battle lines are pretty clearly drawn. Let's break down these two fundamental philosophies. It really all boils down to one essential question. Who's actually in control here? Is it you or is it the algorithm?
On one side, you've got the system is rigged argument. This view says that the algorithms, the notifications, the infinite scroll, it's all a carefully constructed architecture of addiction. It's designed to subtly shape what we do. But on the other side, you have the choice is yours argument. This one insists that, look, despite all that fancy design, at the end of the day, we're the ones who decide what to click, what to watch, and when to just put the phone down.
Okay, let's frame this clash of ideas like a fight, maybe 3 rounds in a battle for our minds. We're going to look at our attention spans, the whole question of responsibility, and that weird conflict between what we say about social media and what we actually do. First up, round 1, our attention span. The most talked about casualty of this whole digital age. So are we actually losing our ability to focus and think deeply? Or are we just, adapting to a world that's moving a lot faster?
The argument for personal choice says this is all pretty simple. Our lives are busy, they're fragmented. So short-form content isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's a practical solution that just fits our lifestyle. It's what people prefer. Simple as that.
But the counter-argument is that this isn't a preference. It's conditioning. A constant diet of 15-second videos is literally rewiring our brains, making it harder for us to concentrate for long periods. It's not an adaptation, it's a downgrade of our mental stamina.
And that leads us straight into round 2, accountability. If our attention really is shrinking, who's to blame? Is it the user who can't stop scrolling, or the platform that just keeps dishing out the content?
This side says that blaming technology is basically a cop-out. It lets us off the hook. Adults should be able to control themselves. If you don't like it, just put the phone down. It's that simple, right? Well, is it really that simple? This perspective demands that we're honest about the powerful commercial reasons for all this. These aren't charities, they're businesses that make money from our eyeballs, and every part of their design reflects that one single goal. And this just nails the core of that argument. Think about it. Is it really a fair fight? An individual's willpower against entire teams of behavioral psychologists who get paid billions to figure out exactly how to keep us hooked? So, this brings us to our final round, which looks at something we've all seen, maybe even done, complaining about social media, while using it more than ever. What does that contradiction really tell us about what's going on? From one point of view, it's just plain hypocrisy. If people genuinely thought these platforms were so bad for them, they'd stop using them. The fact that they keep scrolling means they must be getting something good out of it, no matter what they say. But the opposing view takes that exact same behavior and reframes it completely. It says, no, that's not hypocrisy. That is a classic symptom of addiction. People know it's not good for them, but those powerful dopamine-driven loops that are engineered into the apps make it incredibly hard to just stop. Now, just when you think you've got a handle on the arguments, the whole debate takes this fascinating, almost philosophical turn. Maybe we're blaming the wrong thing entirely. And this is a really powerful point. Is it possible that social media isn't creating new problems, but it's just a giant magnifying glass for the flaws we already had? People have always craved validation, gossiped, and been drawn to simple entertainment. Instagram didn't invent vanity. And here's the crucial counterpoint. The argument isn't that these flaws are new. It's that the system we've built now actively rewards them on a massive global scale. The algorithm often pushes simple, emotionally charged stuff over complex, nuanced ideas. It's created a literal economy for shallowness. So where does all this leave us? Well, this isn't the kind of explainer that wraps up with a neat, tidy answer.
Instead, we're left with a series of really difficult, uncomfortable questions that turn the spotlight right back on us.
If the problem really is this self-reinforcing cycle where platforms feed us what we click on and we keep clicking on what they feed us, who is supposed to hit the brakes? Who has the power or maybe the responsibility to break that loop? The companies? Us? The government?
And just think about the long-term stakes here. If the effort it takes to be a deeply informed, critical thinker is always going to feel like more work than the easy dopamine hit of one more scroll, what does that mean for our future? Seriously.
And this is the final question that just hangs in the air. Maybe the issue isn't a drop in our intelligence at all. Maybe, just maybe, it's a rise in our willingness to just outsource our thinking, to choose comfort over challenge. And the most unsettling part is, we're the only ones who can really answer that for ourselves.
All right, everyone, thanks again for joining us on the Duo Dialogues, and stay tuned for more deep dives coming soon.
See you next time.